Hello and welcome. My name is Sarah McLean, and this is the first of a series of meditations that we're going to be offering to help people deal with the challenges that are related to this coronavirus pandemic and the challenges people are having meeting their own mind, meeting this time of crisis, and also giving you some support when it comes to facing whatever it is that's coming up for you, whether it's fear of mortality, fear of not having enough, fear of getting sick, fear of being isolated, fear of not being taken care of. I really want to help you to find the peace that is there underneath all the chaos. So I want to welcome all of you that are here today, and there are quite a few of us, and I have muted you and I will continue to do that, but I do want to suggest, if you haven't been on Zoom before, along the bottom there is a chat box, and if you have some questions or comments, it might be best, at least in the beginning, to go ahead and type them in. Now, some of you by phone, I'm sorry that we probably won't get a chance to connect until after the meditation. So this morning, I'm in Santa Barbara right now. We have a meditation center in Santa Barbara, and I lead meditations about once or twice a month there because I have a pretty heavy travel schedule. And I was there this morning and no one was there. And it's not that no one wants to meditate. It's not that no one wants to reach out, but along the highway, there were big signs. I don't know if you have this in your state or town or country. There were big signs that said, less is more. Do not congregate. Do not get into groups. Then I went to the grocery store, and I'm sure you've been to it now, and everything was wiped out except for, believe it or not, vitamins, juices, the natural things. This is the second day I went to a grocery store. I went to one yesterday, and I was amazed at the fact that there was no one in the health food section, no one looking to boost their immune system through food, but instead people were loading up on chips and carbonated drinks. Not that there's anything wrong with any of that, but I'm not sure they're great for your immune system. So I wanted to address today what I believe are some ways to meet your own mind and meet this anxiety and fear that seems to be a contagion. A few years ago at the Harvard School of Medicine, it was identified that stress is a contagion. What does that mean? It means it's just as contagious as the flu. Panic is just as contagious as the flu, and maybe just as contagious as the coronavirus. And what I know from years and years of teaching meditation is when you're in panic mode, the amygdala, that part of your brain that activates the fight or flight response, starts to take over your rational thinking. Think of the front of your head as the CEO, the rational one, making excellent decisions and being mindful. But then you've got this part of your brain that's activated in the good sense, if someone pulls out in front of you on the highway and you feel like you're about to lose your life. So the amygdala does not know the difference between real and imagined stressors. It does not know the difference between your imagination and what is true in terms of real threats. So that can be very challenging for those of us who replay stressful moments again and again to ourselves, or like to watch horror movies, because the body, that little limbic system, is not particularly wise, and it doesn't know how to discern the difference. So today I'd like to suggest that there are a few ways to activate the CEO of your brain and your intelligence, so that you're not moving into panic and fear. We'd like to, first of all, I want to just give you some basics. Obviously social distancing is essential, but look at us now. There are 91 of us on this call, probably from all over the United States, Canada, maybe all over the world. And if you care to do this, you could go ahead and maybe put where you're listening in from in the chat box there, if you care to do that. So, we are socially distant, but if you close your eyes for just a moment, as long as you're not operating any heavy machinery, close your eyes for just a moment. And let your breath deepen if it wants to. Let your body soften. Feel the support that's happening right here, right now. Feel the support of your friends, your community. Feel the support of your family around you or your neighbors. Feel the support that does exist when you look for it. I'm feeling the support of this technology, which when used mindfully can connect us in a very safe way. Let your body soften and feel the support underneath you as you sit comfortably. Letting your attention come into this moment. Though the mind wants to travel into the future, this moment is all there really is. See if you can tap into this moment by listening to the sounds in your immediate environment. Listening to the sounds around you, both close and near and distant. Deepen your breath if you feel the need to do that. And soften your face and your belly. Coming to your senses. There's a saying that says, lose your mind and come to your senses, because that'll bring you into this moment right here, right now, where in most cases, everything is okay. Now, I'm not into denial, and I don't want you to be either, but if you look for something, you're most generally going to find it. So with your eyes closed, or if they're not closed, start to look for the ways in which everything is okay right now, in this moment. Is your belly full? Are you breathing easily? Are you feeling sheltered? Appreciating this moment. And you can tap into this moment anytime by tuning into the senses. What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you physically feel? Maybe you feel your hands on your lap or your feet on the floor. And though the mind wants to travel, it is a time traveler, the body's right here. And your breath is right here. So tune into the breath. Ideally breathing through your nose if possible. Tune into the movements of the breath. Noticing the inhale and the exhale. So if you'd like to slowly open your eyes, you can maintain the awareness of this moment. I was asked yesterday by a local newspaper what I thought about COVID-19 and was I fearful? And maybe I'm unusual, but I'm not fearful. I know I'm prepared. I know I have some canned goods. I know I have some ways of taking care of myself, everything I basically need. I'm not a hoarder because I don't think the world's coming to an end. I am concerned, though, sometimes about how other people are doing. How are other people doing? Whenever I start to get hung up on myself, I think about maybe people who are a little older or can't get around or don't have a community. And I wonder, is there something I can do to help them? This is advice I would give to you as well. When you start to focus too much on yourself and your own well-being and your own mortality, see if you can expand your awareness to include others. How can I help them? Is there something I can do? Do they need toilet paper? Do I have too many rolls? Can I drop them off in front of them? In our particular environment here, we have a local neighborhood email list. And I post on there, what can I do? What can I do to help you? Now, I might wear gloves and a mask, but I will do what I can. And I think when we move out of our fear about our own mortality, we can be a little more calm. Also, what I said to the reporter was, let's appreciate our lives right now. Instead of focusing on the future and when are we going to be okay, what if you're okay right now? What if you are even sick and you're okay right now? So I invite you in this moment to turn your attention to yourself and notice the myriad of ways that you are okay in this moment. Notice how your heart's beating and your breath moves in and out of the body. Notice how you can hear and see, if you can. Maybe you are feeling compassion for your family members or your neighbors. Maybe you can appreciate your life. Look for the ways in which you are okay right now. Because what I know about your attention is it'll make everything come to life. And you're the only one who can decide what you're going to pay attention to. Though many people want to hijack your attention, you are the one who can turn the TV off. You are the one that can pray. You are the one that can ask others if they need help. You are the one who can self-soothe by meditating or saying affirmations. You are the only one in charge of your attention, and you have to reclaim it from the hype and the fear. You know what to do. 15, 20 minutes of television is probably all you need. Don't scare yourself. Find the beautiful ways that in this moment, you are okay. Let your breath deepen. Let your body soften. So on top of bringing your attention into the present moment, on top of appreciating your life, and you can open your eyes whenever you like, you don't have to. You have to recognize that you are the one in charge of your attention, and you're the one who gets to decide what is coming in. What is coming in? And I applaud you for aiming to find some solace and some peace in this moment by joining this gathering. Now, for those of you who are meditators on a regular basis, this is the time that your practice really is being tested. For those of you new to meditation, and some of us come to meditation because of challenges and emergencies, this is the time to really buckle down with it. Now, meditation is not going to make everything okay, but what it will do is it will connect you to the deepest part of you. That part of you that is okay no matter what is going on. That part of you that is untouched by disease, untouched by worry and fear. That part of you that's looking through your eyes, that's listening through your ears. That eternal, perfect, wise part of you. When you meditate, you yoke your attention to that open mind, to that peaceful mind. Now, affirmations and prayers are beautiful, and I invite you to meet your negative thinking with them, especially if you believe they work. But what's even more important is to touch that part of you that is eternal, timeless, wise, clear. Some people call it your true nature, your spirit, your soul, your thusness, your God self. So close your eyes for a moment, or if you'd like to leave them open, ask yourself, who am I? Outside of this virus, outside of my fears, outside of my roles and my responsibilities, outside of my numbers and my letters, who am I really? Ask yourself a few times. And who is the one who's asking? Who am I really? So with meditation, we tap into that part of ourselves, the unconditioned self. And it really helps to activate and balance and offset the fight or flight response, which can confuse your immune system. When you're at a very deep state of rest, when you're in a very deep state of relaxation, your immune system works optimally. When you are hyped up by the fight or flight response, the hormones activate and they can confuse your immune system. And this is not a time for that. And self-awareness is going to be key here, because only you know when your immune system or when you're stressed out. And your body is listening to every single thought you are thinking and responds accordingly. So I'd like to invite us into a meditation. And after the meditation, we will stay on the call. Some of you might need to leave. I know there's a wait list to get on this call. We'll have another one this afternoon. It's going to be at 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Just want to say hello to those from Boston and Dallas and Knoxville and Yukon, Canada, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you all for joining us and being the peace that we so desperately need. When one of my students asked me, what do I do about the stress? I said, turn off the TV. Now, I don't want you to be in denial. Just think that your time can be better spent in prayer and meditation and listening to a comedy channel, activating your immune system, maximizing your rest and digest response, and letting yourself calm down so your natural body's intelligence can take over. I like to listen to beautiful music. There are so many uplifting songs out there, and your whole brain lights up with beautiful music. So find ways that are nourishing for you. So with meditation, we're going to go ahead and close our eyes. Again, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can cap your eyes gazing towards the ground. And make sure you're as comfortable as you can be right here, right now. And deepen your breath just a little bit. This sends a signal to your body that it's okay to relax right now, even just for a few minutes. Breathing in slowly and deeply, and then breathing out slowly and fully. And then tune in to your heart's desire, whether it's for health or peace, whether it's for healing for yourself or someone else, whether it's for awakening or getting closer to God. Let what you want come into your awareness for just a few moments. And then, with a sense of appreciation and gratitude, let's begin to scan the body, noticing any areas that might be tense, that might be in pain, or even numb. And just scan your body and letting everything soften, bringing your attention to your forehead and your scalp, and appreciating your eyes, your beautiful face, your nose, your cheeks, your ears, appreciating the wonder of you as you notice your lips, your teeth, and your tongue, your chin, and your jaw. You might even tuck your chin just a little bit as you allow the back of your neck to lengthen slightly, letting your shoulders drop, letting your arms hang comfortably. There's nothing to tense up about right now. See if you can find deep rest in this moment as you let your hands soften, resting on your lap, bringing your attention to your upper back. Maybe you're leaning back in your chair and feel that support, appreciating your back, its strength. Noticing your rear, your hips, and then scanning your front body, paying attention to your throat, your upper chest, and your breasts. Your diaphragm, and your belly. Letting your whole pelvis soften as you notice your hip joints and appreciating them. Noticing your thighs, your knees, your calves. And feeling your feet on the floor, finding that solid ground. Appreciating your feet. Scanning your body one more time and remembering that your non-judgmental attention is love. Your non-judgmental attention is love. And your attention is like a beam of love that you can now direct to any part of your body. Sitting with that area in your awareness, like you might sit with someone you really care about. Without any fear, with only love. Bringing your attention now to your breath. There's no need to control or regulate your breath. There's simply the awareness of the breath as it moves in and out of the body, letting it be at its own rhythm and depth. See if you can be kind to yourself as you breathe naturally. loving each breath, loving the inhale and the exhale, and loving the pauses between each breath. Whenever you notice your attention drifting away, come on back here. Come on back to the body, to the breath. Bring that mind back into this moment of love and peace. You might even want to silently say, "There is peace in this moment." There is love in this moment. All is well in this moment. Bringing your attention to the breath and letting it charm your attention as you breathe naturally, becoming curious about it. Perhaps you notice the cool air on the inhale and the warmer breath as you exhale. Perhaps you notice the way your body expands on each inhale and what happens when you exhale. There's nowhere to go. There's no particular experience you should be having. It's letting the meditation do its job, which is to move you from a state of stress to a state of restful, loving, peaceful awareness. I invite you now to offer a prayer for the peace and well-being of all on this planet. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings know that they are loved. May all beings be free from suffering. And then turn that same prayer toward yourself. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering. And may I know that I am loved. Let that sensation of being loved radiate through you. And if you don't feel anything in particular, that's perfectly fine too. May I know that I am loved. Now, before we come out of meditation, simply notice how you're feeling in this moment. Whatever you feel is perfectly fine, even if it's still a little chaotic or if it's totally peaceful. Becoming aware of yourself, treating yourself as you would a good friend, appreciating yourself and your humanity, recognizing that we all get a little scared, but that we're the only ones that can be in charge of where we put our attention. Before you come out of meditation, you can begin to deepen your breath if you like. Noticing the contrast between peace and stress. We want to create a new normal, and now is a good time to do it. One where you're responsive, not reactive. One where you're nourishing yourself and taking the road less traveled rather than going and buying everything in the store and panicking that you don't have enough. Finding that road of peace, of clarity, of safety, which is all inside you. You are the sanctuary. You are the one. Find that sanctuary of peace inside you. That's where it is. If you'd like to open your eyes, you can do so slowly. First with a downward gaze. Being kind to yourself as you let yourself open your eyes at your own pace without rushing yourself. Thank you all for joining me. If you can string together moments of peace during your day, and you're the only one that can do this, it's not going to come from out there. Find those moments of sanctuary, whether it's in nature, listening to a beautiful song, hanging out with your pets, or spending time in prayer. Really take care of yourself and decide what you're going to pay attention to, because whatever it is, you'll find it. If you have any questions, I'm available. You can go ahead and put a question in the chat box. I really appreciate all of your connection and your time. It's so beautiful to come together like this. We'll probably be doing a different kind of meditation this afternoon, and these will be posted on my Facebook page, Sarah McLean Meditation. I'm going to put my glasses on. Thank you all. I've got some beautiful thank you notes. And I really appreciate that you're the one who's going to be on the peace train and create a big peace wave. Thank you all to all of you. There are 96 of us now, and I'm available for questions if you'd like to go ahead and put it in the chat box. And for those of you who need to keep going, thank you. Thanks for being here, and namaste. You can unmute yourself if you like. Some of you want to share. We can open it up right now.
Love from Las Vegas. Hi, Sarah.
Hey, Reed. Reed's going to be leading the meditation tomorrow at noon Pacific time. He is in Las Vegas, and we are very excited about that. So thank you for being here. How are you feeling?
I'm great. Thank you for this, and hello to all of your callers.
Oh, great.
Something that occurred to me, Sarah, is you know where there is perfect peace today, the waves that are washing up on whatever beach. There's perfect peace and birds that are singing in my yard right now as I speak. And the reason is because everything that is at peace is focused on the moment. And so I just bid you the beauty of my backyard and nature today and say hello to everybody.
Thank you. I'm so grateful for you. And you're right, nature is always really present. So if you're finding you cannot escape the prison of your own intellect, spend a little time in the communion with a tree, a flower. Eckhart Tolle talks about it, with a bee, with the cloud, with the wind. It is right here. It is at your call, and it's available for all of us. Give yourself a little break. You've got this. And, wash your hands. And don't touch your face like I've been doing. Yes, yes. Yeah, fresh air is still available. Yes. Guess you are the one in charge of your attention. Anyone else have a comment or a question they'd like to share with us?
Hi, Sarah. It's Anne.
Hi, Anne.
How are you, my love?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. I just wanted to say, thank you for doing this. I always love to be in your aura, and I'm going to be doing free meditations all this week, and on Facebook Live, I'm starting to stream classes, and I'm so grateful for, learning to be a teacher with you and being able to share what I think is going to help people in the world right now. We need people to just be taking a beat, taking a breath, and so I love you and thank you.
And will you type in your your Facebook page, so if in case anyone wants to join you on that?
Yeah,
we would love to see that in the chat box.
Yeah,
and
but it's how do I get the chat to be not private? How do I?
Oh, I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
you go ahead and send it, and
I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's
and I'll just post it. And I just want to say we have people from Romania, from Stormville, New York, from Dallas, Texas, my cousin from Boston, Friday, hi Barry, Friday Harbor, Washington, Knoxville, Tennessee, Yukon, Canada, Cindy from Charlotte with her husband, hi, Iowa, hey there, New Jersey, and Chicago, and Seattle, and Florida, and Arizona, and Cork, Ireland, my home away from home, in Oregon. And who else? We've got people from Sedona, thank you, and New York City, Times Square, Hell's Kitchen, Connecticut. Yes, very excited. And someone from Toronto. Very, very good. And I'd love to do this as much as we can. I'll probably continue. I just wanted to see how it went. And turns out that we maxed out our Zoom, so only 100 could join us. I'm going to just go ahead and upgrade tonight. Hi to those of you in Canada. I see you're here. Who else? There we go. Oberlin, Ohio. Very nice. I'm very excited to be here. And anyone else have something they'd like to share?
Can I go on without a video?
Yeah. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Sarah.
Oh, I just wanted to share we have people in New Mexico, Tasmania, San Francisco. What's going on, Kim?
Oh, I'm just really happy that you did this. Deep, deep, deep gratitude. As a matter of fact, my husband and I took a walk this morning and we did just that. We looked at the clouds, we listened to the birds. There's something called a northern Arizona mockingbird. We call it the bird-a-roti because it's like Pavarotti, and he sings in like 15 different languages. You can just listen to him and he goes on, and he's so beautiful. He mimics other birds, or she mimics other birds, and it's so happy. It's just happy.
What if you go into nature and instead of you thinking that you're looking at all of nature, consider that nature is loving you.
Absolutely.
Nature is loving you. It sees you, it loves you, it's singing to you, it's waving its branches at you. It's just creating this beautiful garden for you. It's all for you, and it knows you're there.
Thank you. That's so good. There's actually something in, I'm not like a Bible scholar or anything, but there's something, I think it's in Isaiah, and it actually says, when you go out, the trees of the field will clap their hands. When you go out, the trees of the field will clap their hands. Isn't that great?
I love it. I didn't know it. I'm going to look it up. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks so much.
Anyone else care to share? Okay. Well, you are the only one that can create that peace. And I'm just going to end with one of my favorite sayings from Lao Tzu, who wrote the Tao Te Ching. I think he's a 13th century Chinese philosopher or teacher. He said, in order to have peace in the world, there must be peace between nations. In order to have peace between nations, there must be peace in the cities. In order to have peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. In order to have peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. In order to have peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. So while we're waiting for everyone else to legislate peace, create peace, we're really the only ones that can generate it. And your heart is your sanctuary. Your heart is your sanctuary. So keep looking for what you want to find. And until we join each other again later this afternoon, be well. Keep washing your hands. Keep your hands off your face. And really, really think about what you're going to be exposing your mind to. Be kind to yourself. Take care now.